Greetings everyone, Jonathan here, and I have to say this, we have an extreme love-hate relationship with Harbor Freight. It's almost poetic in its nature. We go to Harbor Freight fairly regularly, especially since the one opened near the haunt near our house. But we go there. We love the prices. We love the selection. We love being able to buy a lot of tools that can be difficult to find at other stores. But man, do we hate the quality and reliability. There is no place in the universe I am more adamant about keeping receipts and keeping them handy. Most stores, it's like I take a picture of my phone, put it in my shoebox to count if that's relevant, and then it goes into the pile or into the drawer or whatever, and it gets more or less forgotten until I'm sure I don't need it for some reason. It gets thrown out years later. With Harbor Freight receipts, it's like, okay, this receipt is going here. There's the receipt. Don't touch it. Don't do anything with it. Don't move it. We might need it. And it's all illustrated by what happened last night. Last night we realized if we were going to get some of the projects we're working on inside the haunt done, we needed a hammer drill immediately. We don't actually have a hammer drill. We have a very nice standard drill driver, but not a hammer drill. We ran the time numbers, we ran the money numbers, and we realized we needed one, but we needed one really, really cheap. And when you're talking really cheap and really immediate, you're unfortunately talking Harbor Freight, and we both kind of grimaced because we made a deal where we were never going to actually buy from Harbor Freight again, and here we are buying from Harbor Freight, but that's a separate issue. So I shouldn't say never buy from Harbor Freight again, never buy power tools from Harbor Freight. Separate issue there. But anyways, so we went to Harbor Freight, we found a hammer drill that we thought was pretty good at a very, very cheap price, took it home, started work drilling a hole into the concrete anchor, a railing, got about halfway into the hole-ish, and I took a break to let my hands rest a second and went to start back up, and the drill head just completely burned out. It would not reverse, wouldn't forward, wouldn't do anything. There I'm stuck with a drill in the ground, not able to get it out, and basically it's like, okay, well, this is not good. Fortunately, like I said, we had the receipt handy. It was not thrown out, and we still had time. We were able to get back to Harbor Freight before they closed and returned it. They honored it. No big deals, no problems, and in fact, nice cashier said, look, I know you're doing this because you're on a budget. I understand what you guys are doing, but would you consider spending a few bucks more and stepping up to a better model? And she basically gave us a better model. It was like only, I think, $7 more. That so far has worked really well, but that's kind of the story with Harbor Freight. I think we've got like a 50% success rate buying from there. Half the stuff we buy breaks almost immediately. I remember I had a cordless drill I got from there once. I can't remember if I got it as a present or if I bought it for myself, but it literally, the battery case on it broke open after suffering all of a 2-inch fall. And 2-inch, no, I think it might have been like a 3-inch fall, but it was like off of a board that was on the ground. It barely fell, it broke, and so that whole thing was ruined. But we've also had a table saw and a circular saw, which have worked very well for us. They've both been in service for like 4 years, but a couple of drills we bought there have all tanked, and I'm not really sure how long this new one we got is going to last. I mean, it's much more powerful than the other drill driver we have, and it is a hammer drill, but I really have no idea if it's going to even make it through this haunt season. That receipt is still kept very close at hand. But hey, on the upside, the projects we needed to get done are done. Those anchors are in the concrete. The railing is secure. The facade on the outside is secure. We are ready on that front. We're moving on to more detailed stuff inside the haunt. So we're doing pretty good. Fortunately, we got that out of the way. But yeah, I guess the moral of the story is if you buy from Harbor Freight, buyer beware. I'm not saying don't do it. The prices are pretty incredible, especially if you're very, very budget conscious like we are here. It's not a bad deal, but just realize that what you're getting into, that if you want something that's guaranteed to be reliable from the very first time you fire it up, you're going to want to step up and get a real brand. The Ryobi drill we got has been a beast for 4 years without any problems, and it's one of those things where you do sometimes get what you pay for. Well, on that note, everyone, thank you very much for joining my rant and my vent a little bit on Harbor Freight. Until tomorrow, this is Jonathan Bailey, signing off.